Hi, I'm Elizabeth, along with Story, the St. Francis service dog in training, and we're coming to you from the Radford Public Library with the book recommendation for a recently released book that is actually an audio original. So you can't get it in print, but it's available as an audio book, and I just have a printout of the cover. It's titled No One Goes Alone, and it's written by Erik Larson, who's best known for his nonfiction. He's never written a fiction before. This is his first, and it is fantastic. So, happy 2022. Welcome to our Radford Reads Reading Challenge for 2022. One of the things that I wanted to tell you about today was this new reading challenge. If you didn't get in on the 2021 reading challenge, it's not too late to start a new one for 2022. And the idea is that you read at least a book a month or 12 books for the year that meet a certain criteria, and they're all highlighted here for you. Some of them are, let's see, read a book with a number in the title, read a book recommended by a librarian, read a book with a green cover. The one that I wanted to tell you about, the Erik Larson, would meet the criteria, read a book with a ghost in it, which is kind of down here at the bottom. So, a little bit about this book, No One Goes Alone, written by Erik Larson, first fiction book that he's written, and it is an original audio, meaning it is not in print yet at this time, and I don't think there are any plans for it to be released in print. It is so fantastic to listen to, though, because it's a ghost story. And just listening to it makes you feel like you're around a campfire listening to some fantastic storyteller tell you a really suspenseful ghost story that just kind of makes the hair on the back of your neck stand up and maybe gives you goosebumps. Really is such a perfectly told story to listen to, I think, rather than read. The narrator does a fantastic job. The premise of the storyline is this: they're a group of 7 adults who are scientists or researchers or have some sort of background that that caused them to be drafted by a professor who is leading these 7 adults on kind of an expedition, a hunting expedition perhaps for the supernatural. They go to the Isle of Dorn, which is a fictional island off the coast of England, and there they go to stay in this cottage. It's called the Dawn Cottage. It's the sole house on the entire island. And these adults stay in this Dawn Cottage, nobody else on the island but them, and begin to go through the house, take some measurements, do some research, and try to learn what happened to the people who lived there before, because a whole family has disappeared from that house, a family of 4, as well as some other people, including the architect that built that house. So all kinds of mysterious things have happened on this island, in this home, and these adults, who are both men and women, who are interested in the occult or the supernatural, are there investigating. And of course, spooky things start to happen almost immediately, and there are conflicts between some of the members of this research group. There are some romances that get started. Lots of interesting things happen. And I will tell you that it would meet the criteria of reading a book with a ghost in it. It's also just a beautifully done book, whether or not you're going to do the reading challenge, which I hope you will. It's a really fun book to listen to, beautifully done. You can listen to it on Libby, which is the app that you use for Overdrive, completely free with your library card. The book is No One Goes Alone, which has more than one meaning, but the most immediate meaning for this title that I can think of is that the professor, Professor James, kept telling people, no one goes alone. So if you leave the house, make sure there's at least 2 of you that go, which is really turns out to be good advice. So some other titles by Erik Larson before I let you go. Again, they're all nonfiction previous to this one. The Devil and the White City. I think this might be one of the ones he's best known for. It's a bestseller. The subtitle is Murder, Magic, and Madness at the Fair That Changed America. And he also wrote Thunderstruck and In the Garden of Beasts, which I've read and thought was fantastic. And Dead Wake, The Last Crossing of the Lusitania, which I also read and thought was fantastic. and Isaac Storm. And that's not all the books we have by him, but it's a nice representation of some of the nonfiction. But we do have this new fiction. His first fiction came out in September of this year. And again, you can listen to it on the Libby app through Overdrive with your library card, completely free. I am also getting that on disc if you'd like to listen to the audio version on a CD. So thank you very much for listening. Please keep in mind our 2022 reading challenge, and we look forward to seeing you in 2022. Happy reading. Thanks for listening.